Thank you and welcome for joining us on another episode of Off the Pitch with TK. This is our YouTube channel, TK Solutions TV. Thank you very much for subscribing. Please continue to comment, advise, and anything that you think it will help us to add value to the show. The show is for you. We just the facilitator of it. Today in studio, we are joined by former Orlando Pirates, Bidvest Vets, Chippa United, TDM, now Maruma Gallants. He also started his career at Garankuwa United and Aziz Gara. Our guest is Brighton Mhlongo. Brighton, how's it?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, TK. It's an honor, actually. I'm very humble. Thank you so much.
Are you well?
Yeah, I'm great, man.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Yeah, my man, thanks for coming, man. You know, I've been sending invites, but I know you were busy with other things. I know you're not a funny guy who will just say, no, I'm coming and whatnot. I understood, and that's why I was patient with you. And once again, thanks for joining us.
No, man, it's a pleasure. And thanks for the patience. And obviously, things like this, for me, they're very important, especially that we need to keep supporting each other as our society as well. So I really appreciate the opportunity. And without wasting any further time, I mean, I'd like to thank you once again for everything, and thanks to your viewers as well.
Thanks, Brighton. Let's start it from the beginning, Autiaga. Somebody who doesn't know Brighton. Brighton, where were you born? Where do you grow up? And
Yeah.
So
Brighton was born in Shawela Clinic, Soweto. And then, I'd alternate. I grew up in Alex and in Soweto. So I'd alternate. Maybe school holidays, Kiko Alex, Neneng, Kiko Soweto. Up until came a time where I went to the development. Then obviously when I got to Development Pirates, I spent quite some time go the boarding school, and then that was it. I mean, boarding school up until I matriculated. So I'd always go home between Alex and Soweto. I'd always go because Alex, it was my grandmother from the maternal side, and then obviously, you know, going to the grandmother is always the best thing because there are no rules or anything, you know, and you get to be treated like a king there, you know.
Yeah.
So, I always enjoyed being in Alex more than in Soweto. So, in short, I basically hardly spent time with my parents, like my mother and dad. And obviously, the reason was because they didn't want me to play football. Yeah, they've always been about academics, school.
Yeah.
Up until came a time whereby when I got to the development, they were excited that, okay, he's going to the development. They'll be paying, the academy will be paying for everything, school fees and so forth.
Yeah.
Then that's when they're like, okay, at least maybe this football is giving him something, and it's giving them something back as well, to the point that I'm going to school. And it's all paid off, and school uniform and everything. So they didn't have to pay for anything, actually.
Yeah.
So, well, it didn't start off quite well. So what happened was, I was always a guy who was very active at school in terms of sports, athletics, and football. Then I remember there was a year before I got to the academy, we played a tournament with my school, and the Pirates development goalkeeper coaches and the chief scouts were there within that tournament. I think it was the Chappies Little League. Played Chappies Little League. Got there, while we were playing, our goalkeeper got injured. I mean, you know, back in the days, you didn't have this whole thing about reserve goalkeeper and so forth. So as long as we have one good goalkeeper, we're good.
Fine.
So I was an infield player at that time, a very good one actually. You know, so
playing
striker or midfield.
Okay.
You know, so I'd play a 10 or a midfield, but there was no 10 back in the days.
Yeah.
It was just, it's either you're playing striker or, you know, so midfield. So played, doing well, and then our goalkeeper got injured. So when our goalkeeper got injured, my dad used to be that guy who'd take me to the games, you know. That was his way of just leaving the house as well.
Yeah.
So he'd take me to games. So now we puzzled, hey, now we have this situation. How do we deal with this?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. And then my dad just walks up to me and is like, go in goals. Like, what? Like, no. Like, no, I can't. He's like, no, go in goals.
Yeah.
You'll do well. Go in goals. Okay. I went in goals. He's like, I'll take you through it. Like, okay. No, I'll just stand behind the goalpost. I'll take you through it. I'm thinking, this guy, what is he talking about? What's happening here? So little did I know, Jorge, maybe he saw something in me.
Yeah.
And that I didn't know of, because it's one of those, like Kokasi, I'd always be the player, that star player within my peers.
Yeah.
So I didn't think or ever wonder if I'll ever be in goals or anything, And then it went well. It went well to a point that the goalkeeper coaches from the Pirates Academy were like, interesting. So do you mind if we invite you for a trial? Thinking. Before I was starstruck.
Yeah.
And because I hesitated, so my dad was like, yeah, no, he'll definitely be there. He'll be there. I'm thinking this guy, and I'm trying to say, hey guys, I'm an infield player.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he'll be there, don't worry.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. My word, that week, the whole week, was the busiest week of my life. Because when I came back from school, as opposed to be worrying about school books, worrying about washing my socks, because those are the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first thing I could drop a bag, my dad would be home. Unkile leave, he'd be like, come. The diving I did, I've never trained so hard.
He's now preparing you for the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, I'm thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And actually, come to think of it, right now, it's quite funny, but I think he prepared me well. The basics and whatnot. I don't know. I used to hear people saying your dad was a good footballer, he was a good athlete. I didn't know what position, Then I'm thinking, okay, we're up to something here.
Yeah.
And then came the time when I had to go for a trial. Went for a trial. And, everything went well. It went well to a point that I played my first game. And these guys, well, I didn't get to touch the ball. And I felt so bad. I was like,
the defense is that good.
It was that good. My team was that solid. And growing up, you feel like, no, man, I need to make a save so that they can see me, And I thought, no, but as an infield player, I get to be more involved. But here, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then after that, well, the goalkeeper coach, I remember it was, at that time, Coach Hewitt Klassen from Boxback. He's a colored guy. And George Nontlantan. So those guys were like, no, come, we'll see you. You don't have to be here. Go, we'll call you. I thought, it's a fail anyway. I might let me just go. I'm not a goalkeeper anyway, so I don't care. I left. Then I get a call on a Monday to say, do you mind coming in on Wednesday? I think Wednesday or Thursday. I went back. I got there. They're like, okay, this is your final assessment. Final assessment, it's all the players they selected playing against the development guys. I'm like, oh, okay. I did well. And then from there, I got selected. They're like, okay, next year, you're part of the academy, so you'll report so-and-so, Kobupilo Academy. That's it. So the excitement was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The excitement was good. Told everyone, hey, development, this and that. It was nice. Only to find that when I got to the academy, so at that time, my dad and my mom were having problems, marital problems and so forth.
Yeah.
So my dad left home, and then I had to go with my mom, and she's not used to that. She doesn't know the dynamics and everything, So it was a very exciting moment taking that journey. But how I would have wished my dad would have been there, because we started this journey together, And then we got to the academy only to find that my name is not listed on any of the coaches. Yeah.
You were told you are selected.
Yes.
But your name is not there.
Yeah. So I get there. I already took a transfer from my previous school.
Scared.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then I get there. I'm not listed. Stressful period now. My mom is frustrated. She doesn't know what to do. And then we started praying. Because everyone was sending us from pillar to post. And then my mom just sat down. She was like, we need to pray about this. There's something wrong. And then she prayed about it. I started crying. I'm thinking, how can this happen to me? This and that, you know? And then out of the blue, a certain coach, Junior Morake, Mafitlara is like, you know what? I'll take this boy. Just list him. You know, someone who's saying, nah, just list him, it's fine. And it has never happened in an academy where you have 3 goalkeepers in a division. It's always 2 or 1 goalkeeper. And Junior Morake takes me in, he's like, okay, just register him under my division, it's okay. Get there. Relief. It's a relief, and I'm thinking, okay, so school, they're like, no, just register him, we'll pay for it, it's okay. And then he'll just train with us, and then when it's game time, he'll just go play, go the apprentice academy. That's when the apprentice academy was launched, Augusto Palacios. So they're like, we'll just take him to apprentice, you know, but he won't pay. Because apprentice, mind you, it was for people who had to pay to train there. And so I'm thinking, okay, that's a lifeline. The little that I got, I appreciated, you know? And then the only thing I can do, I just have to give my all to change all mindsets and deceptions, you know? So from there, because Gela, they're like, no, he can't stay at the academy. He'll have to travel. Mind you, we didn't budget for that. In our minds, we were like, okay, he's going to the academy and whatnot. So they were like, no, he'll have to travel. And then we'll see if there's space, then that's when we can fit him in. Okay, that's good enough for me. These people, they're going to pay for my school fees. Let me just use that. Forget about football. Already, imagine at that age, in Hetile, before I can even start. You know? So I'm like, you know what? Maybe my parents were right. Let me just focus on football. I mean, let me focus on school, and football will be just secondary. We'll see how it goes. And then I went in. I was focused, working hard at school, passing with good grades and everything. Academy, go to training, push. Imagine I never got to play, but I was always the same guy who's supporting the guys that are playing, you know, pushing the guys, team spirit there, everything. So I didn't know that what I was doing, I was changing the mindset of how the coaches would see me. Irrespective of me not getting the chance to play at that age. But discipline-wise, I was on point. You know, the attitude was solid, you know? And imagine at that age, you're at the development where you're supposed to develop your skills, you know, create a path for your career. I didn't get to do that. I didn't even get to play. I remember I got to play only 2 games, actually. And 1 game came as a sub. We were winning like 9-0 or something. I came, the last 5 minutes, they're like, let's give him something, you know? And then the last game was against Super Sport. So that game, it was my assessment, basically, because each and every year end within the academy, you have these assessments where we're like, okay, TK, do we still keep him or does he graduate to the next division, you know? So for me, I'm supposed to graduate now from under 14. And mind you, under 14, I got there at a young age. I think I was 12 and I got there or something. I didn't play. I need to move from under 14 now to under 15, you know? Whereas I could stay under 14 because I still had the advantage age, you know? They're like, no, we want to see if you're going to fit in under 15. I'm thinking, but I didn't even play. How am I going to fit there, you know?
With the older ones.
But with the faith that I always had, I told myself that I'll fight for my place. And God wasn't going to place me in a place where he didn't see that I'll handle the situation, you know? So he wouldn't give me anything above my weight or strength. So that's the faith that I had. And man, TK, when I had to play that game, I came on as a sub. And mind you, that Super Sport team was Bo Bibo Nchumaelo, Bo Masbusane Zongo. That was the prime Super Sport team that was solid. Boka Mumukocho. It was, you know, I'm thinking, I used to see these guys, junior levels, they were doing well. And I'll be playing against them. Bo came in before he went overseas. I was starstruck, you know, to say, hey, is this really happening?
Was Dane Clay already there also?
No, Dane was already senior team.
Was already promoted.
So I'm like, okay, let's see. I came on as a sub. had a solid game. Under 15 coach is like, no, I'm signing this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Just like it. Yeah, immediately was like, no, I'm signing this boy. Had a good game. Under 15, get promoted, get to play all these tournaments and so forth. I struggled. Under 15 as well. I struggled. I was not a regular. I'd play here and there, but same attitude, same mentality. Still doing well at school. And then under 14, I couldn't stay at the academy. Under 15, they were like, no, these boys. So that's when now we moved schools. We moved from Bopilo to Johannesburg Secondary School. Sorry. So Johannesburg Secondary School now, there was a flat. It was for Yeboyes players. I think it was under 19 and Yeboyes players, Castle team and Yeboyes players. And then now we had to change to say the flat is for under 12 to under 15. And then under 17 upwards, we're moving to the other house, which was called Big Brother. That's where Ebo Penny and them used to stay. You know, then they moved those guys, the senior guys, to a flat called Estate, and some of the guys to Patlu. You know, so when the dynamics changed, I was supposed to be staying with my peers, like under 15
yes.
downwards, got the other flat.
Yeah.
And then Prof said, no, this one, he needs to stay with the senior guys. So they moved me to with the senior guys. I'm thinking, hi, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah.
You know? And then I didn't know that they saw a whole lot in me, the level of maturity, the respect, the humility, and the discipline. Then they thought, no, he can't be staying with these ones for whatever reasons. I don't want to assume. But it helped me to stay with the senior guys because I got to understand the dynamics of life, the changes that happen, which comes with the stages, the adolescence, and obviously the fame of playing for a team like Pirates. Mind you, when you play for Pirates, whether it's development, there's pressure already. You're playing for a big team. There's pressure from back home. Wearing that Orlando Pirates apparel, it's huge. And then, obviously, you get to play. Now you're exposed to huge tournaments, international tournaments. You travel. You are exposed to junior level national teams. You know, so all the pressures, how to handle those things. I got to learn about those things at a young age. You know, even though they were not that effective, and it's not like it was guided exposure for me. It was misguided in a sense that I had to learn from what I see, whether it was right or wrong. You know, I had to make that decision for myself, you know. So got to that point, under 15, playing, whatnot, doing well at school still, passing well, good grades and whatnot. And then midway under 15, the same coach who was coaching me under 14, who never played me, the same guy who gave me a break and said, I'll just sign him as a by the way. He got promoted to coach under 17. And then this guy, they were like, you need to assemble a squad. He assembled a squad, and then he was like, I want Brighton in my team. I'm like, no. In my heart, I'm saying, no.
Not again.
No, I'm not going there. This guy's not going to play me. Anyway. And he was a good coach. And personality-wise, he was amazing. That coach, the way we were so good. I don't know, I have this thing with coaches whereby whether they play me or they don't, I'll still be the same guy. And the attitude will still be the same. In fact, even more. As long as I'm working hard, my conscience is clean. You know, if you're not playing me, it's all up to you. You have your reasons, it's up to you. I'm okay with that. I only get mad at myself for not performing well, for not training well. That's the only reason. So that guy, we used to be okay in terms of he'd joke around about things. He'd call me, we'd talk about things. I'm thinking, but you're not playing me. Why do you want to joke with me? Why do you want to have these small talks or conversations? You know, I didn't understand. So this guy, when he calls me up under 17, first thing, Captain Ampen. I'm thinking, okay, is this really happening? I thought he's joking because it was quite a joker of a coach. So I think he's joking. I thought he was joking. Dressing room is like, okay, I'm captain, so and so. Hey, bro, me? I look around, I'm like, captain for these teams and what these guys. Yeah, you're the captain. Lead your team. First game we play against Chiefs. We get hammered. First derby experience. We get hammered.
Development.
Yeah, they gave us I think 3-1. We lost, no, 2-1 actually. We lost 2-1. Sharp, Nike Center. And then he comes back, he's like, now you know how it feels. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, obviously it was a first exposure, playing a big game like this and that, leading a team like this and whatnot. This is nothing. He's like, this is nothing. Imagine playing Johannesburg Stadium, Orlando Stadium. Imagine how it feels around. Crowd we're burning today was nothing. 95,000 soccer seat. Imagine how it would feel losing a derby. From there, I took it in. From there, I knew that, okay, this guy sees something. And he says to me, imagine playing a derby, soccer city. So already, he has that belief in me that one day I'll be there. From that day onwards, pushed myself. I had a great season. Under 17, I had a great season. We won the league. We won few trophies. I lifted trophies with under 17. It felt so good, you know, and it motivated me. And then I'm going to Matric, Pelamanj. Matric, I need to have direction as to, okay, what's happening? Like I played MTN, there was a tournament, MTN Yadikol. So that cup, well, when you win, you go overseas or you go to AFCON, you know, just to watch the tournament and whatnot. We won the tournament. I was the captain as well there. So things started looking up, you know, and now I started working hard, believing in myself to say, I'm going places. The Brighton that came to this development, forget about it. Now we're going greater places, you know. And then fast forward, after my matric year, I was supposed to be, I believe that I deserved to be promoted to the Yebo years. But the coaches thought, no, you're still young, you still need to develop. We're going to promote you to under 19. Then I thought, no, I can't be playing development football again. Because now there's nothing now that's keeping me here. I'm done with school, you know. I need to, and my parents now, Bakenya pressure to say, you need to go to varsity. You need to do something. And then, so what happened was, end of the year, we played this discovery tournament, Kokas. I did well. Some guy from Northwest, Mutupi, he had a team there, and the team was doing bad. I think it was going relegation straight. So he's like, do you mind to come and help my team? No, it's okay. I don't mind. But you need to speak to Pirates, but loan it out or something. He's like, yeah, no, don't worry, I'll do it. And then he was like, at Pirates, I told them that, look, I need to go to school, or else I'm gonna quit football. They're like, no, you can't quit football. Like, my parents want me to go to school. Like, okay, let's work out something, go Boston and whatnot. We got to Boston, I wasn't happy with. Pirates were like, okay, you'll pay half, we'll pay half of the cost that you want to do. I wanted to do marketing. I wasn't happy with that arrangement. And then I was like, you know what, I'm taking this guy's offer up. So I phoned this guy who was like, yeah, no, I can take you to school. FET, go Zerast. So let's do that, let's go. Went to Zerast. Got there, this guy was like, I kept on asking him, hey, bro, did you speak to Pirates, Kalod?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, it's sorted. Don't worry, it's sorted.
Yeah.
I want to find out nothing.
He didn't say anything to Pirates.
So I'm basically AWOL. Now I'm thinking I got the release forms and everything. Played there, got defraud. It was insane. You know? Played. Lucky enough, we played a game. Garankuwa United just got relegated from the NFD. They back to the Vodacom stream. So they were part of the Northwest stream, obviously. We played. I saved, I think, 3 penalties that game. I had a top game. You know? So these guys from Garankuwa, they came to me, they're like, look, we're interested in signing you. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be playing top level football. And at that time, you look at Garankuwa United, tracksuits, bars, you know, like organization is solid. It's on point. And I'm thinking, okay, I want to be part of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm from an academy. And if you're a player that played in development, everything was well taken care of. You're not used to situations where now you get to a team, you have to get your own boots, you have to worry about what you're going to eat, where your meal is going to come from, when everything was well taken care of, you know, throughout my whole career.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, nah, I need to go to Garankuwa. These guys, I told them, okay, look, I'm busy with my course right now. Your school. They're like, no, we can transfer everything. You'll finish off with your school that side. Like, okay, cool, no problem. Only to find that these guys were not paying for my school fees as well. You know, so I can't get all my paperwork sorted.
Sure.
For transfer. So I had to drop out. Fine, dropped out. And then Garankuwa was like, guys, I have a situation. Because I thought, you know what, I need to be honest with these guys. Tell them I was playing at default, Captaincy Pirates, and they need to knock at the chairman's office. And then when I told them that, they were like, relax, man, we just done a deal with Pirates now. That's when Rizin Chilwane and Juju Mbuyane, obviously, you know? Yeah. Because Juju from Garankuwa went to Free State, but his clause still said that if he gets to another sale moving forward, Garankuwa, they'll benefit. Yes. So they're like, no, we just did a deal, Mbuyane, Rizin Chilwane, so don't stress. We'll sort it out. They went to the office. 2 minutes, everything was sorted. Loan deal. I went to Garankuwa. Got there. First season, first few weeks. The coach at that time was Russell Molefe from, I think he's a former Sundowns player. Yeah. So that guy was like, I don't play youngsters. Whoever told you to come to my team will play you. I don't play youngsters. You know? And then he says that, I'm thinking, it's going to be a tough one. We get there, and then they introduce this rule about under 23, this and that. At least now, breather. He's forced to play me. In order for him to have, at that time, in order for you to have a solid team, experienced team, infield players, you need to have a youngster in the goals. In the goals. Yeah, you need to have a youngster. Then it allows you to play 6 experienced players and less youngsters infield. Oh. So that's the strategy. Yeah. So with Russell, what he did was he was like, okay, he played me first game. Second game, I think it was the Nedbank prelims. We lost that game. From there, he was like, see, that's why I don't play youngsters. Never played me. Sat on the bench for 3-4 games. He got fired. We lost games. They fired him. That's when they signed Coach Dan's Malisel. Yeah. Coach Dan, he gets there. He's like, okay, it's set like this. Training is like, okay, guys, the assistant coaches, please play your regular lineup, and the other guys decide. We were the other guys. Other guys with this side. That game played for 7 minutes. He stopped. Like, no, okay, I've seen enough. Let's switch. What's the winner? And then starting lineup. Yeah. From there, we played 18 games unbeaten up until we won the title. Went to the playoffs unbeaten. Played all those games. I was like, okay. We got to the playoffs, go Wheatbank. Yeah, I think, Wheatbank. FCAK, Stream, I think, who else? Quite a few teams, you know? Then we did well, and then we only lost to FCAK, the semi-final. Lost to FCAK. We were all heartbroken because with the talent, the massive talent that we had in that team, and with the coach like Dan Malisela, we thought no one's going to stop us. Actually, we're going to the PSL. We're going to hammer everyone. Because even when we played friendlies, we'd play. I remember after winning the championship, we played. SuperSport had just won the league as well. Then Pretoria, they created this Champ of Champs thing. We played SuperSport, you know, and we beat them. And then we thought, if we can beat SuperSport, we're beating Botax. Yeah. You know, when we played Sundowns would beat us like not that much, you know. Yeah. And I thought, no, man, guys, we deserve to win the PSL. And then losing like that against FCAK and under circumstances that way, you know,
unexplainable.
Yeah, unexplainable. Then we thought, no, man, life is not fair, guys. This football thing is not fair. So we're all dejected. We're sitting at the hotel. We're thinking, oh, Danny Fenter got an offer. Celtics wanted to sign him. And Danny was like, guys, me, I'm leaving. Most players got offers. We're thinking, what's happening?
Yeah, we can't go again. The team is getting dismantled.
Yeah, and we're like, are we going back again? And we're thinking about the struggles APC, Vodacom League at that time, you know, you travel, I mean, Northwest Stream, you have to play Vryburg, Bolo, Dorenstad, you're thinking,
yes.
It's insane. And from there, while I was sitting at home, off season, I get a call from our chairman at that time, the late Dinky Ratlachan, you know? So he was the best chairman ever. Garankuwa United was the best chairman ever. This guy, he's like, look, I got a call from Batao FC. Are you keen? I'm like, who's Batao FC? They're like, no, NFD team 1, 2, 3. They're based go Nelspruit or Mbombela or whatever. I'm like, okay, what do you think? He's like, I can't keep you here. The talent that you have, you need to be out there. But I'm worried about that team. I don't think they can offer you what we're giving you here. And of which he was right. At Garankuwa was sorted.
Yeah, well, you're already earning Vodacom.
Yeah, they were paying me. They were
Mm.
paying me. Everything was well taken care of. Housing, everything. You know. So I get any boot that I want. I got, like, we all got the same treatment. I mean, that's when I had a bank account. When I got to Garankuwa, these guys were working with this agreement, FNB. You know, so we as a team we all had a bank account. FNB, so they would pay me account. At that time, I'm thinking, okay, let's see what this Batao thing has to offer. Went to Batao. I promise you, I spent a day, just one day. I got there at night. The next morning was training. When I got there, the clubhouse was in shambles. I was like, I've never stayed like this in my life. I got there. You have to make sure that you feed yourself, find means to get food or, you know, then I'm not used to that. Academy, they were feeding us. Garankuwa United, we had a cooker. So, Lana Gwenzaland, Meling Pume, buy half brown and chips and whatnot. I was like, no, this is not me. I can't. I got to training, no training kit the next day. Garankuwa, I had probably 7 or 8 training kits. And I had kit manager who was staying with us at the clubhouse, who would wash the kit and whatnot, you know? And I'm thinking, no, I'm not used to this. This is unprofessional. Because from the academy to where I was, it's a huge shift. Because I didn't know, I was never exposed to anything outside from Pirates or Garankuwa United, you know? And I'm thinking, no, I can't stay here. I wanted to find out, these guys, they had 3 Vodacom teams. So these guys, they wanted to sign me, but they were like, no, but you'll help out our Vodacom team. I'm like, no, but you guys are taking me back. I might as well stay Garankuwa.
Yeah.
I might as well go back because there everything was amazing.
Yeah.
So I can't go with the perception of, okay, I have a first team contract, but I'm playing reserve.
Yes.
You know? And then they're like, no, but you can stay. I was like, okay, I'll stay, don't worry. Contract, but they'll send it to my manager at that time. It was managed by Ukarabo Matang, P Management. So I was like, okay, you can send it over. Man, after that training, packed my bags, went back home.
You left?
I left.
No bye-bye, nothing?
No bye-bye, nothing. I escaped.
Yeah.
I ran away.
And it works out because you haven't signed anything.
I didn't sign anything. So I'm thinking, it's problems. I left. Then I spoke to Udink, the same chairman, Garankuwa. I'm coming home, Baba. He's like, you're more than welcome. But why? Then I explained to him 1, 2, 3. When I tell you guys, this is what we go through, this is what's happening, you guys, you think we're joking. And I said, now I appreciate the little that I have here. I'm coming home. So in the morning, on my way to Garankuwa now, the next day, I get a call. Say, no, don't go to Garankuwa, meet me at the office, Pirates office. Okay, sure.
Who's calling you now?
The chairman.
Yeah,
still.
Garankuwa.
Yeah, he's like, no, don't go to the clubhouse, meet me at the Parktown.
Yeah.
U-turn, go to Parktown. I get to Parktown. I'm still mad at these guys. I look at them, I see, man, these are FCAK guys. I'm still mad at them, you know? And then I'm thinking, what's happening here? Like, no man, FCK, they want to acquire your services. So we struck a deal. Now I'm handing you over officially, but you'll always have a home. Garankuwa. I'm thinking. But wait, what's happening? Is like, no, don't worry, you'll be fine. Floyd Mbele handles everything. Sign a contract, FCK loan. I haven't signed a first team contract with Pirates. Still that loan FCK. FCK, they're like, oh, you're gonna earn 6.5. Oh, 6.5. Signed a contract sharp. Immediately from there, I'm like, no. Now I need to check how my life's gonna work out, balance a deal and whatnot. I got to FCK, played my first game against Black Leopards, Government. Had a stellar of a game. Top game, but we lost 1-0. Had a top game. TDL is like, no, I need to sign this boy. No, I'm excited. Black Leopards. These guys were from the PSL, now the NFD. And anything. I was like, numbers, cool. And then we start talking. Like, no, guys, I'm being managed by P management, so and so. And then they communicated however they did. Started playing. No, started being the first to be reckoned with, go FCK. Started being the regular, solid player. And then FCK now is not paying us.
Did you join them when they were already having this rich guy?
Yeah, but now this guy, Aziz Kara, was rich, and then that was after he got banned from football. I joined them when he got banned, when they got relegated.
Oh, you didn't join them that time when they were as a big hype about them? I was saying like Chabalala moving there. You didn't go that time?
No, I joined them after everything was in shambles.
Yeah.
When everything was a struggle.
Yeah.
So, mind you, that's me, Botabang Munare, you know. There was a guy who had his arm amputated.
Yes,
Tabang.
I remember him.
Yeah. So, when you got there, this guy's not paying us. Strike after strike. The guys don't want to play. And we had a good team, best team within the NFD. So, I remember there was one time we were about to play Jomo Cosmos. The guys were like, we're not going there. We're not playing without our monies. And then I'm thinking, you know what? No. I'm also part of that strike. I need money.
Yes.
So I told Floyd, I'm like, Mr. Mbele, there's a situation here. This team is not paying me. So what do we do? Floyd is like, okay, no, we'll pay you from, and then Ronaldo will deal with these guys. So Pirates started paying me. No? And then they struck whatever agreement they had with these guys. Pirates stopped paying me. These guys said they'll pay me. And then these guys don't pay me again. And then we have a game against Cosmos whereby there's a strike now that's looming. And the guys are like, injury to one is an injury to all. We're all not playing. Then I got a communication from my management to say, look, this game is going to be live. And at that time, playing NFT, it was a rare occurrence to get a live coverage. Then I'm thinking, live game. And I've been doing well throughout. This is my way of selling myself. This is my ticket out of this place, actually. Because that's what I've been doing throughout. From, development, I fought my way out. Garankuwa, I fought my way out. Throughout, all these things. So, why can't I do it now? Then I was like, okay, fine. I set the guys down. So that Kiskavam Bimpi or whatever. Or a sellout. I was like, guys, here's my situation. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'd love to continue and play this game. Reason being, I think this is my ticket way out of here. And I think we'll get more exposure because it's a live game. Let's just go and play this game. And then whatever happens, we play up against Jomo Cosmos. And Jomo Cosmos at that time, they just got relegated as well. Everyone wants to see how they bounce back and whatnot. So it's a good way for us to be out there as well, to sell ourselves. And the guys actually agreed. Some were like, nah. Most of them agreed. They're like, no, we're going to play. And mind you, I'm young. Saying this, I'm still this young boy, telling experienced guys to say, no, let's go play. And we did that, actually. Went there, top game, man of the match performance, 0-0. That was the turning point for Brighton Mhlongo. That game, everyone started talking about him. I'm getting calls from SuperSport United, from Bloom Celtics, all over the country.
Yeah.
Got a sponsorship, yeah, Adidas. Like, yeah, okay. National team call up under 23. I think I was one of the players who were playing NFD at that time, go under 23. So now things are starting to happen for me. Cosmos, they're like, here's a pre-contract.
Cosmos?
Yeah. Brache is like, pre-contract. SuperSport, they're interested. Celtics, they're interested. Who's this? I think the director of sports at that time was Mich Diavre.
At Celtic.
At Celtics, yeah. Who else? Golden Arrows were interested. Most teams were interested. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, what happens now? Went to the national team. So when I got to the national team, we're playing Africa Games qualifiers. We're playing AFCON for the Olympic qualifiers at the same time. So what would happen is Coach Shakes would select a pool of 43 players. And then we divide. These guys are going to play. Because I don't know how it was done, but the same calendar week would have 2 different fixtures. Whereby we have to play Olympic qualifiers and Africa Games qualifiers.
Yeah.
And if you don't honor both, you get the team can get banned. Yeah. The association. So now he would select 43 players and say, okay, these 22 will go there, these ones will go there. That's how now we got to that point where with Coach Shakes, there was a pool of players, solid players. You know, he'll just pull one from there, this one, that's it. So while I was playing there, I get a call to say, look, you need to go. I've already signed a pre-contract with Jomo Cosmos. Yeah. Mind you.
Yeah, you've signed. I'm excited. When Jomo was in pre-contract, you signed?
I signed. You know? And I'm excited to sign with the PSL team. Because Jomo at that time, I knew he was going to the PSL guaranteed. Because I saw how he was playing. He was killing everyone. And I knew that, okay, he's going to make it to the PSL. Let me sign this pre-contract. Sign the pre-contract. I mean, at a young age, I was excited. Yeah. You know, anyone would come to me and promise me that. Because I was at a vulnerable stage whereby all the things that would come to me at that time, I'd think, yo, I need to take this. Because mind you, my background and the team's not paying us, you know. So it was difficult for me to act all big and think, okay, I've got this and whatnot. No. Everything that came to me, I'd take it. Yeah. So Jomo gives me a pre-contract, signed it. While I'm at the national team, I get a call to say, hey, look, you need to go train with SuperSport. Gavin wants to see you. Oh, no. Last game, before the last game, league, we were playing tax. So I had to withdraw. After the national team camp, I got injured, my neck, before the Zimbabwe game. So from there, I'm going back home. I'm thinking, you know what? I'll just wait for preseason here, Cosmos. And then I get a call from William Shaw, cool cat. He's like, what's your status? I heard you got injured, your neck. I was like, yeah, no, I'm injured. I'm out. I won't finish the season. He's like, no, you need to play the last game. Gavin Hunt wants to see you. Like, what? Yeah, you play against Tugs. Got Tugs. You need to play the last game. I'm like, but I'm injured. My neck. And I withdrew from the national team because I'm injured. He's like, no, you need to make means. You need to play. Went to doctors, got injection. Like, I'm gonna play this game. Yeah. Played that game, tax game, had a top game. After that game, I get a call from Gavin Hunt. It's like, you need to report for training on Monday. SuperSport. Got there, trained SuperSport, did well. So the whole week I'm training with SuperSport. Mind you, I haven't told them about the pre-contract.
Cosmos.
Yeah, I didn't tell them about that.
But because news in football flies quick, Jomo hasn't had Guti, who boys who train on the SuperSport.
He probably did. Yeah. Because with Jomo, I made a disclaimer to him. I said, look, I'm a Pirates player. I'm on loan. So whatever you do, you need to engage the chairman. Yeah. And then I knew for some reason that he wasn't going to do it. Or I was hoping that he doesn't do it. You know? Yeah. After the SuperSport thing, I had that thing. I thought, no, he's not going to engage with the chairman. I know the pride. Yeah. He's not going to do it. Yeah. And then training with SuperSport, Coach Shakes phones again. He's like, I was so polile. Like, hey, Coach, I had to explain the situation to him as to what happened. Then he understood. He said, no, I understand, because you needed a contract to go to the PSL, and it works better for me. If you're in the PSL, then it's better for me, you know, to select you even more. Then he called me up again. I'm supposed to sign with SuperSport that week.
Gavin is impressed.
He's impressed. I'm sitting with one training session, dressing room, sitting with Jose and Gavin. Jose comes in, he's like, how much do you want? It's like, yeah, no, we're talking.
Yeah.
And at that time, I'm like, 30,000.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, cool. Let's give him a contract. We did the contract, everything. I'm supposed to sign. Gavin gets a call from Shakes. Can you release this player? Because FCAK, we didn't have offices. They're looking for me. So we have an emergency camp. We need to go play, I think it was Mali or Gambia, something like that. And then Brilliant Kuzwa got injured. So it's like, I don't have any goalkeepers. Boalifa got injured as well. Darren, we're not sure if Vets is going to release him or what. So we need Brighton in camp now. Gavin is like, okay, go. You'll sign
when you come back.
when you come back. That was the biggest mistake. Because when I came back, Koloi, immediately from the airport, I got picked up by a Pirates car.
When you landed at the airport?
Yeah, after the under 23 camp, yeah. Kitola Karaya Pirates, branded at that time, like, hey, okay, what's happening? They're like, the chairman wants to see you, like now. I got there, the chairman is like, okay, so when you decide that this is your team, you wanna do your own deals, what, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. And mind you, I was talking to Prof. Palacios about my clearance. He needs to sort me out so that I can sign this contract with SuperSport, what.
Yeah. And
the chairman found out about it. So immediately there, we got to the office. The chairman tells me that you can't do that, what. Anyway, here's your first team contract.
It's red.
Yeah. Mind you, it's lesser than
what SuperSport was going to give you.
But because it's Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Now that dream, it goes back to what my development coach was saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. My mother was there, actually. So I met her, I'm thinking, what are you doing? I said, oh, lady, fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no, you need to sign, my child. I'm like, but you need to sign, my child. Sign my contract. I need to report for training, for preseason, so and so. That for medicals and then preseason. Went for medicals, preseason. Gavin was mad. That was the same season where Gavin left and went to Vets. He was mad. He was mad that Stan Matthews actually, because I think it's Stan Matthews, I don't know how things happened. He was supposed to engage Pirates or whatnot. So he was mad and then he left. Jose and they went to Vets, Gavin. And then for me, it was now beginning of a new chapter, round 2, the same team.
Yeah.
But now it was a case of me giving back to what the chairman has done for me throughout my development years and whatnot, repaying that faith. However, everyone kept on saying to me, you are doing well. You've got this Adidas sponsorship. You're doing well, national team. Why did you go to a team where you know you're not going to play? You're not even going to feature. Because at that time, it was 6 goalkeepers. I was the 7th one. Yeah. They just won a treble. So I'm going to a team where there's Robert, there's Bruno, there's Munib, there's Senzo, there's Jacob Mojas. Okay, forget Munib and Senzo. I still have to fight my own demons. I still have to fight these 4.
Yeah. And get closer to this top 3.
Yeah. So it was discouraging, but because of the person that I was, I always had faith, you know? And as a man of prayer, I said, but God, you are not going to bring me here knowing that I cannot handle it. There must be something. There's a reason why. Then kept on working hard. Now I'm like, okay, I need to move out from home. But I don't want to stay at Clubhouse because I've heard stories about Clubhouse and I've stayed at Clubhouse for a longer period to a point that I know it's not gonna help me grow into a responsible man financially and so forth. So I need a flat. Like, okay, I get a flat, go Joe's. We were still training at Johannesburg Stadium. I get a flat, go Joe's, come back to my dad. I'm like, Dad, I'm moving out. So my dad is like, "Are you moving out?" Yeah, sure, Don, I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll even bring you a truck to help you move. Truck your feet. I'm trying to pack up stuff. And he's like, my bro, you said you're moving out. You're a man now. Where are you taking my bed to? If you're saying you're moving out, it means you're a man. Yeah. So you need to find ways, to show that you're a man.
Yeah.
The only thing I can give you is clothes. Those ones, it's your basic right.
Yeah.
I can give you clothes. So I legit moved out, cut truck with my bags at the only.
Yeah.
Went to my flat. I'm thinking, I jump in, no. What do I do?
Yeah.
And then, lucky enough, at Pirates that time, they announced new coaches, the Brazilians, technical team. Jafet, Julio Liel, the late Alexander Ivoredo.
Yeah.
So I worked hard. Now these guys, they need to announce a team that will partake into this Vodacom Challenge tour.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, it's far-fetched. Forget about it, boy. You're not going there. Why not just worry about now trying to get your furniture sorted and whatnot? You're not going there.
Yeah.
And then I get a text. We're leaving on Thursday. I get a text on Tuesday saying, I hope you are ready. You all packed up. You need to come collect your uniform and whatnot. You're going to the Vodacom Challenge. What? So in my mind, I'm thinking, it means now they decided to take everyone. I'm like, okay. Now at least, because Vodacom Challenge, it takes almost a month.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm okay.
Yeah.
1 month and cafe salad.
Yeah.
The whole thing of furniture. Let me go to camp, hotel life. Let's see.
Yeah.
Then I get to camp. It's only 3 goalkeepers. It's me, Senzo, and Monip. I'm asking, where are the rest? They're like, no. The new technical team and the chairman decided that they want you. You'll be taking over from these guys. We're grooming you. I'm like, what? So we only have they're like, it's only these 3 goalkeepers. The entire season, that's it. I was shocked. I was amazed. Had a conversation with the coach, Julio Liel, Alex, and they're like, no pressure. We brought you here because we want you to grasp as much as you can, learn a lot from these 2. We see a future in you. That was it. And that's how I grew into this. And when I got to the senior team, mind you, the person that I used to idolize when I was at the development was Senzo. Now I'm sharing a dressing room with this guy. They're advising me, both Monib and him, they're advising me about earning my stripes. Give it time. Work hard and wait for that moment, for yourself to earn your stripes the right way, to take over. Don't be influenced by people who will be saying, boy, I don't know why you're not playing this and that.
Yeah.
It's not easy up there. All those kind of advice. Yes. And I'm still grateful for that. So that's how it happened. Got to the first team, earned my stripes, and then first season we won the title. I mean, I was always associated with the senior guys. Every time I'd always be with Upeni, I'd always be with Benson, with Terminator, all the senior guys. So obviously within the youngsters it would be Ace, Opa, we've always been close. So from there, I'm thinking, okay, now I have this flat, we want the MTN 8. So my dad is like, first thing before Tolapolo, it's up easy, let's go. Furniture shop, we bought furniture and everything. When we got there, my dad is like, this place is small. It's a 1-bedroom. He's like, now we have to squeeze every time when we have to move. No, you need to get a house. I'm thinking about this guy. I think it's being hard on me now.
I just started.
Yeah, I just started. And legit, I got an apartment. At that time, I think I got it for 400 and something, And then from there, my dad is like, apartment, 80 steps and 2-bedroom, and whatnot. What's gonna happen to? No, man, you need to get a yard, man. We need to play around. Now he's saying I must get a bigger house from that apartment. That's when I'm thinking, but I didn't understand that. Well, he was living on borrowed time. He was diagnosed with cancer, but he didn't disclose it, So he was trying to make sure that
You sort yourself.
He sort me out and make sure that I'm sorted before he can depart, you know? And then, I didn't know, but I thought, no, it's being hard on me. I thought, nah, man. And at that time, it's like, you're not buying a car. And at that time, I want to buy a car.
You haven't bought a car?
Yeah, I'm using taxis. Now I'm in Remsech using taxis. I'm thinking, but professional player. I just won a league. I'm playing Champions League. No, man, I need a car. He's like, no, you're not. You're not getting a car. Not yet. And then, well, we got to a point where my first camp, Carling Cup, get Derby. So he's in hospital now, and he's been at a critical phase, you know? Then before I went to camp, I went to him, like, look, this is what we've been working hard for. Finally, I made the team for the Soweto Derby. And he became alive. He was someone that, when I left him, hospital, he was alive. Was excited about it. He was a Chiefs fan, you know?
Yeah.
But he was like, forget about this.
Yeah.
You know, flip this. I'm a Pirates fan. Because of 1, 2, 3. And then we get to camp. Everything is okay. We're planning for after camp. We're going out. We're going to celebrate this and that. So apparently, so while we're playing, my dad passed on in the morning, actually.
Of the game?
Of the game. Morning of the game, my dad passed on. But my mom decided that, no, we're not telling him. We don't tell him. They told the team, and then they said, no, whatever you do, you guys don't play him. But don't tell him. Let him enjoy that experience. Let him enjoy that moment. Because I remember I was supposed to play. I was supposed to be one of the subs. And then my mom was like, no, don't play him. We don't know what might happen. But let him enjoy that moment. You know, that's his first derby, first camp and whatnot. So they don't tell me. We win the game, celebrate, cook around and whatnot. I was left behind, still celebrating, excitement, still a young boy running around the field and whatnot. The guys walked in, got dressing room. So now I'm walking up the tunnel. I can feel the dressing room. It's so the mood changed. I'm like, guys, we just won. What's happening here? Why is everyone so and sad? And then they call me aside. The management, they're like, okay, look, who was sick? Going through. My dad, you guys know he's in hospital. What's up? They're like, yeah, he's no more. Just like it. This morning, this and that. For a longer period, I was mad at my mom to say, why didn't they tell me before the game and whatnot? Or why didn't they call me to come back to hospital or something, you know? But I didn't understand where she was coming from with that. Only it took me a while to deal with that, you know? And in my mind now I'm thinking, this guy, we're supposed to be going through this journey together. This guy is someone who's supposed to guide me, you know? How do we then get to a point where I'm going to have to do this without him? And then my goalkeeper coach, Alex, may so rest in peace. That guy was amazing. Yeah. He was like, you know what? You've lost a father, but you have another father in me. So now you have two fathers, one in heaven and one here. I'm still here. From that day onward, that guy was there for me. For Senzo and I, he was like a father we've never had. I've never had so much guidance. I've never had, like, our lives were so sorted to a point that that guy would kill you for us. You know, you'd see our videos where after the games we'd celebrate, dance. You know, he created that harmonious environment amongst us, you know? And then, well, from that moment, he fought for me throughout my career, whereby they would sign goalkeepers and be like, no, this one is the third choice, that's it.
Yeah, he's staying.
And then there was a period where Munib lost his form and whatnot. And this guy, he fought for Senzo to play. And then he said, Senzo, for Brighton to be at the top level, he needs you. And then I didn't understand at that time. And then he said to me, for you to be at the top level, you need Senzo to do well. And Senzo needs you as well to do well. And then when he explained further, he was like, in order for the team not to sign another goalkeeper, because they were doubting Munib at that time, Senzo needs to do well. you also need to do well to give them confidence to say, but we have these two, our very own from the development.
Yeah.
And if you guys support each other, push each other the right direction, that's what's going to happen. They'll have faith in you guys, and you're going to go places. And from that day onwards, we went to play Celtics, and then he fought for Senzo to play that game. It was a cup game, Telkom. And then the management were like, no, let's give Munip another chance. We were 3-1 up, and then Celtics managed to come back. 3-3, went to penalties, we lost the game. Munip didn't have a good game. And then that's when Alex had a fight with Munip and said, no, they need to drop Munip. And not literally to the bench, but to the grandstand. Yeah. And now we're starting to play Champions League as well. So they're like, okay, cool. Senzo has to play. We're playing Sundowns next game. They're like, are we going to risk playing Senzo? Sundowns? What? Alex said, yes, I'm putting my neck on the block. And they said, okay, but Munip has to be on the bench. He said, no. Brighton can be on the bench. He said, no, we can't take that chance. If something happens to Senzo, Munip has to be. They said, okay. But if Senzo has a good game, I'm dropping Munip throughout the entire season. Brighton has to be the second choice. And they said, deal. Senzo had a stellar of a game. So before that game, I phoned him, kept on saying, hey, Baba, just make sure. In order for me to be there, you need to do well. Remember that. He said, Golero, don't worry. Don't worry, Golero. I got this, my boy. Don't worry. Kept on. So time and again, I'm busy phoning this guy. I'm like, are you well rested? My friend, leave your phone, sleep, and rest. You know? Because I had that thing, if this guy nails it, we in this. You know? And he did. He nailed it. Man of the match. Man of the match. That's the game where Apandishile, Teko Arwa Penda, where I was busy saving everything. And then Senzo Kyo, man of the match. And then Alex comes back and is like, okay.
What did I say?
Like, deal. And then that's when now I started making the team. Up until I had to leave. We had qualified under 23 to go to the AFCON. AFCON was in Morocco. So there was this issue of teams. It was towards late for the season, and teams were worried about releasing players. Drogba and Dulo was doing well. Sorry. And then most players were doing well within our group under 23 for their respective teams. So that's when now the chairman decided that, look, this is equally important. They're playing AFCON, which works as qualifier at the Olympics. So what we're going to do is we'll just agree to, let's just make sure that, okay, each team will release 2 players. 2 of the key players. They'll decide which ones to go to the under 23s. And then for me, at Pirates, and then he said, for Pirates, we don't mind, we'll release 3. But it cannot be Ndulula. So just because we're not going to release Ndulula, we'll release 3 players. So they released, it was myself, Samir Doti, and Spusiso Mkoyad, left back. So we left, went to the under 23s. We did fairly well. We lost in the semis. And then when we came back, I was in the team. Wire now. The team kept up until Munip decided to leave. Then when Munip left, before he left, he was like, you know what, you guys are doing well. And I'm happy. For the first time ever, I hear another goalkeeper saying, guys, you're doing well. And I'm happy. Now I'm ready to step down. And I was wearing number 41 at that time. And then he gave me his jersey. He was like, blessings upon you, brother. This is my jersey, number 16. That was it. He gave me his jersey, and that was it.
Then now you're in the first team.
Regular now. I'm a regular bench, up until they signed a Brazilian goalkeeper, Getulio Vargas. He never made it. He was a great guy, but I was more like working hard. And then they signed a Fatau Dauda from Ghana. And then when they signed Dauda, I got dropped again. Got dropped. We there. And then the changing moment was when Coach Vivi came to the team. First day, he came, and then we were supposed to go to camp. And when he got there, he saw I was full of life, energy. the motivation around the guys. I was good around the guys. You know, I was always the hype man, this guy, you know. And then during the training session, he's like, is he part of the team? They're like, no. So they've already announced the squad. It's Dauda who's going to camp. And then he said, called me, he's like, how far are you from home? I was like, I stay in the restaurant in Ramsey. He said, okay, are you able to get to camp before 6? Oh, definitely, coach. Definitely. He said, okay, go home. We'll meet you in camp. So I left training, went to camp. I went to get my clothes. I met the guys in camp. 3 goalkeepers. Then he explained to me, he's like, I love your attitude, your work ethic. You are good around the team, and you're still young. I believe that you're gonna do good within this team. You're gonna be a great player. So I'm just gonna push for you, but you also need to push for me. I pushed every time I'd be in camp, but won't make the team. Sometimes, like with 3 goalkeepers, you get to a dressing room and be surprised. Okay, my jersey's there. It means I'm in the squad today. Dauda got dropped. You know, would rotate Dauda and I, and it worked out perfectly for me. And then I'd play these Netbank games. When we won the Netbank, I played this Netbank Kiona against the Kiona team. You know, I was the captain of that team when we lifted the trophy. It was a huge thing for me being a captain, Orlando Pirates, irrespective of who was playing or not. But it was huge for me. And then Reserve League, I was the captain. You know, it was huge for me. Like, I'm a captain for Orlando Pirates. No one can come out and say, there are players who were huge players, but they never got to wear the armband of that team, you know? And for me, it was a huge accomplishment to a point that, okay, I played my first game under Roger Disa when we played Black Leopards, you know? And it was a Navy start for me because, hey, Leopards, the game started, Ramakalela, rocket, goal. I'm thinking, hey, PSL, what's happening? You know? And growing from that, then I got to understand how the dynamics and how football is. And the pressures outside of that were so huge. And mind you, I just lost my dad not so long ago. So now I'm not getting that guidance that I need. Now I feel like, you know, and when we were playing CAF, when we went to the final, the money was good. That's when I was like, I need to buy myself a car. Then I bought a Mini Cooper. So I'm there now, you know. I'm thinking, life is happening now. So I want to find that there's so many things that I didn't deal with at that time. You know, I didn't deal with the grief because I was supposed to be strong for everyone. I was supposed to be the husband. I was supposed to be the father. You know, I was supposed to be the brother as well. You know, I was supposed to take care of everyone at home at that time. So I needed to be strong. I couldn't grieve. I couldn't do anything. But I wanted to find that those things were catching up with me. Because in the dark, when I sit alone, I'm like, I feel this void. I'm sad. Why am I sad? This and that. The only thing that was keeping me happy was on the field, how things are looking up. And then on the field, things started, you know, going down. We were doing bad. Started to be, the whole team were depressed. We lost, that time we lost like 4 cup finals. 4 major cup finals. MTN 8, Telkom, CAF, Champions, you know, like, and how we lost them. It was painful. It was heartbreaking. And I still tell people that was the defining moment for us, whereby we needed probably psychological help to say, guys, you're still the best. You know, when we lost those finals, everyone like wrote us off. We started doing bad, and at that time we felt like we were useless. We were incapable of doing 1, 2, 3. We had no support. Everyone who sees us, they're like, you're such a failure. You disappointed us. You lost all these cup finals, this and that. It was bad. It was a very terrible moment for us. We couldn't cope. We couldn't deal with that. And there were players who were strong enough to try and push us and say, guys, we can come out from this. There were players who were new to this. Some of us were new to this kind of experience, such as, we were new to this hostility. To like, what did we do to deserve this? These people were amazing. Now they were singing for us at the airport, you know, congratulating us. Now we are useless and whatnot. So it got to a point where we were slipping into a depressing mode. And now for me, it was even worse because a whole lot of things were coming back to me to say, this guy was supposed to be here to, you know, talk me through these things, take me through this path. He's not there. Now I'm starting to think otherwise about a whole lot of things. Am I really a fail and whatnot? And then while we're doing that, then it's the passing of Senzo. you know. And when Senzo passed on, we were very close, and we were destined for greater things. We were doing good for the team as well.
Yeah.
And then he passes on at a phase where he was in his prime. He was doing amazing stuff. He was pushing me as well, because whenever I looked at Senzo, I was like, I want to be there. And he would say, like, I remember the night before he passed on, the Ajax game.
Yeah.
He got injured. The subs were done. You know, and time and again he kept on saying, "Ish, I'm getting offers overseas. I'm getting offers here and there, big monies and whatnot. I think it's time I leave. It's your time now." You know. And then the night before his passing, so prior to that, we went to Comoros Island. And when we came back, we went partying with our suits, you know? So we took out the suit so that we can hide the badge. And we were like wearing just our black pants and our white shirts. Yeah. Everyone kept on saying, "Hey, lama bounce alawa," you know? We went partying for the whole weekend. We disappeared. He took me from home for the whole weekend. So my mom would always say, "Ay, Senzo, ufuna ukubulala umntanami wena." Has, you know, like, you know, all those kind of things. And then the night before his passing, he got injured. The subs were finished that game. So we get to the dressing room, the X game, we won 4-0. I'm like, wow, he's like, I am tired now. It's your time. Imagine. He says, "Now I'm tired now. It's your time." And little did I know that this guy was his goodbye, basically saying, he's tired, he's gone.
Yeah.
After the game, my mom was at the game, so he's like, "Are we going out?" So the next day we had planned to go celebrate Roy's birthday with all our families and whatnot. So he's like, "Are we going out for the pre-party?" Then my mom was like, no, since let me enjoy this moment with my child. You'll see each other tomorrow. And then he's like, "Okay, but I wanted to have a good time with him, Mahole." Then I was like, man, don't worry. I'll see you tomorrow. The next day, we're there, obviously, at Roy's party. Before the party, we went to go-karting. So we go-karting underground. He was already okay with Umandisa, the wife, at that time. So he drives in. So we're at the basement for the go-karting. He gets to the parking lot. He sees Mandisa's car. He was with Ukade at that time. So he's like, "Bruh, I don't want any drama, man. You know what? I'm tired of this, you know?" And then he's like, "Let me go drop off. Okay, I'll come back, or I'll meet you guys at the after party." I'm like, "No, come in, man. Just greet. No one... I don't need to send sharp no money, so just come and greet and then you go."
Yeah.
And then he insisted, he's like, "No, man, I'm just tired anyway. Let me go rest and then I'll see you guys later."
Yeah.
So he leaves. After that, that's when, we left also. We're like, we need to change, get warm clothes, and then we'll meet each other later, you know? Then that's when he calls me. He's like, "Ndwana, where are you?" I'm like, "No, I'm changing, and then I'll meet you." He's like, "I'm like, "Cool, I'll see you then." After that moment, that's when I get a call from a friend of mine who's a cop. He's like, "Hey, man, Donna, I need you to sit down. Something happened, 1, 2, 3, you know?" I'm like, "Hey, Baba, Kuluma, it's Kati." You know? It's like, Sonzo got shot. What are you saying? Immediately when he does that, call you again, Kafunia sends. I'm like, so hang up, and then on the line, Kikeli now saying the same thing, like, "Hey, Brighton, this and that," you know? So I'm in a devastated shock mode where I don't know what's happening, what's true and whatnot. Now we start calling each other. The guys were like, "Hey, let's go to hospital." We drive down while the news were confirmed. And for me, that was, that moment just, it tore me to pieces.
Yeah. Because
now, here I am. We started this journey. Yes, I'm still dealing with my dad's passing, and then Senzo this. It couldn't have come in a better time, you know. Like, this was the worst, actually.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thinking, no, this is not real. It took me quite a while, and then fine, funeral preps and whatnot, you know. And mind you, after that week, the funeral, the next week, now I have to play a game.
And we'll keep it.
Yeah. We're talking semi-final, Telkom.
Because the Ajax is phone.
Yes, it's phone quarter final. Now we're in the semis. We have to play the semis. A week after burying your friend, you have to play semis, and you need to replace that person, step into his shoes. You need to. So that period for me, we're talking about a week.
Yeah, depression.
The week he passed on, I'm still in shock towards the funeral. I'm still in disbelief. I still don't understand what's happening at that age. And now I have to deal with now the pressures of stepping in. I still don't understand what's happening. In my life, I'm like, it's like you're living in a movie, you know? And you're busy saying, can't I fail? When can we see the credits going up and whatnot?
Yeah.
You know, I'm in this movie. We get there, we play the cup, the cup tie. We lost the game. I had a fairly good game. And what was heartwarming for me was seeing the SuperSport guys after that game, you know, coming to embrace me. You know, they hugged me. They're like, you did well under the circumstances. And besides that, besides football, we hope you get through this phase. It was unbelievable from them, you know. And after that, now I had to deal with the criticism, this and that. Because mind you, you can't blame people. They're still used to the idea, we had this number one goalkeeper who's our captain, who's the national team captain. And now suddenly there's this young boy who's conceding, it's this and that and whatnot.
They're comparing you already.
They're already comparing you, you know. And within that comparison, what was painful about it was that no one is stopping for a moment to think about the circumstances, to say, was he ready? Was he prepared for this? Much as you're supposed to be ready at all costs, but given the circumstances of how he got the jersey, is he in the right space of mind? Is he okay? No one was worried about that. My job was to shut out everything, go to games, midweek, weekend, give my all, you know? And it taught me so much in my life, whereby I knew that I had to embrace every moment and cherish the good out of it, but embrace every moment to a point that I need to stay strong, because no one is going to pull me out of that darkness, you know? I had to stay strong, and at the same time, I need to embrace criticism as much as I cherish the praise that I would get from, you know? And while I embrace that criticism, I had to make sure that, tell myself that, you know what, it's not all bad. I cannot sink right now. I cannot drown at all. I need to make sure that I keep my head above the water and make sure that I fight my way up, you know? And then that's when I realized that, I mean, from your development years, you had to fight your way up. From when you were not listed on the team sheets and whatnot, you had to continue fighting. And with all the persistence, the prayerfulness and the faith that you kept, what's stopping you from doing it now, you know? And then I kept on doing that. I did that to a point whereby now things started falling into place. I started being, you know, the regular. I started being one of the favorites. Started going to the national team, Bafana, you know, all those kind of things. And then came a phase where we were playing Confed. Was doing well, Confed. Did well, Confed. Voted, at some point was voted one of the best African goalkeepers, 5 best goalkeepers in Africa at that moment for the Confed. Ne? And then I got injured. And that injury came at a very bad moment for me in my life, whereby I was doing exceptionally well, you know, and I was buzzing. And then when that injury came, it triggered a whole lot of things in my life, because now that moment my life had to pause for a moment. You know, I stopped doing what I was loving. I stopped enjoying that moment, you know, because throughout the hardships, when that moment where you get to enjoy the happy moment, you feel like, I felt like it was short-lived. It was taken away from me too quick, you know? And all those things, they put me back into a depressing phase, whereby I'm thinking, don't I deserve happiness? Why is it that when things start to look up, something happens? You know, I started doubting the faith that I had. I started losing the confidence as well in myself, in my life, in everything that I used to do, and everything that I believed in. My values and principles went out of the window. And mind you, I still don't have someone to talk to, you understand? And at that time, that's when the team had problems with the goalkeeper coach, Alex. He had to leave the team, you know? the only person that now, because when Senzo passed on, he was shattered as well. And then he was like, well, your dad left us, now our brother left us, we are left, me and you, but we'll push this. And when someone says that to you, you have that confidence to say, I still have something to hold on to. And when he left, you know, it was hard for me to adapt, to cope. The new goalkeeper coach was Rowan Fernandez when he came on. It was hard for me to cope because it was a different dynamic. Imagine I spent 3 seasons with this guy, and then now comes a new guy who his work ethic and work philosophy is totally different to what, you know, he's more of a coach as opposed to a father figure to you know. So I lost that completely. Now I felt like I was all alone now in the dark. It was mainly me and them, as opposed to us being a team, the goalkeeping department. It was me and them, you know. And then, yeah, that was a very difficult period for me. Got injured, had to be out for quite a long time. Had my op and everything. The guys are doing well, Kev. I was happy for them. But I had that sense of, I started this journey. God, can't you grant me at least where we lost the Champions League final? I was with Senzo, and it was quite a journey. It was amazing, but how we lost it was painful. This one, I have the faith that we're gonna win it for him. I wanna win it for him to say, brother, we did it. You know, I know you with me. And when all of that happened, it kind of motivated me to recover quickly. I pushed myself. I attend physiotherapy 2 or 3 times a day. I recovered, came back on time for the semis and the final. And then the coach was like, we owe it to you. You carried us through here, you know? So I want you to play the final. And then came the final. I didn't play the final. We lost. And under those circumstances, it broke my heart. It tore me to pieces, whereby I was like, nah, I'm done with this football thing.
Yeah.
You know?
The coach promised you will play the final.
Yeah.
But on the day of the game, you are not understanding that.
So the first leg of the final, he's like, no, I think I'm gonna need you for the second leg. That's why it's important. I don't play the first leg. Play the second. The second leg, when you got there, is like, I think I'm gonna need you when we go to penalties, because I have a feeling we wanna go to penalties. You know? Then we lost that game. It broke my heart. I felt like, you know what? I'm done with this.
You're done with
because the journey, when it started, it wasn't an easy journey. From the first game we played in Uganda, how I fought throughout, you know, how I got that nomination, the best goalkeeper and whatnot. It's because of I fought from all difficulties, whereby I was against all odds. The fans were against me, this and that. Then I rose from that, you know, and then after that, that's when, like, my life it changed. I started drinking too much. Because now there was this darkness in me. And the only way to hide that pain, I would hit the bottle. I started giving less about the team. I lost the passion. And then we were not doing well as well. We went back to that phase as a team where we were in shambles. You know, we lost games. So it was a very difficult phase for me. And then I decided, you know what, I'm done with this. Hit the bottle, and the passion was gone. Up until came to a point where I'd have like conversations with the chairman, you know. The chairman would be like, do you need help? This and that. I said, much as I'd say I need help, I can't get help if I haven't accepted that I need help, and at the same time, I haven't figured what's really the problem. So I had a whole lot of anger and resentment, you know, inside me, and I had a whole lot of things were pushed by the pain, the misery, and the grief that was tearing me apart, you know. And then got to a point where I spoke to the chairman. I was like, look, I think I need a change of scenery would probably do me good. If I can get a loan or something, probably. At first, he was totally against that, but he thought it will help, you know, because another thing was that I had an offer from Sundowns at that time and Vets. Then he said, no, I'm not going there. Nabo. Then I was like, okay, cool. I respect the chairman and everything. Then the team decided that they're gonna loan me out to Chippa United. Got to Chippa. When immediately I got to Chippa, Alex phones me. He's like,
Alex from Sandal.
Alex, Rivorero, the goalkeeper coach.
Former
he phones
coach.
me. Yeah, he's like, I just signed with Kaizer Chiefs. What do you think? Do you think there's a chance for you to jump ship? And then I was like, if you can make it happen, why not? I'd love to work with you again. He's like, my son, I need you here. This and that. Then while we were working on that, Alex passed on. So I remember getting the news to Alex when I was about to do a shoot. I love PSL. In PE, they came to do a feature of me, and then Unini, she was the producer at that time. She's like, the news just came in. Alex Rivorero passed on. I'm like, you're talking nonsense. I just spoke to this guy not so long ago. We're talking about me going to Chiefs. He's like, no, seriously, this is what happened. So now I'm thinking, within that period, I lost my dad. I lost a close friend. Then I lose a mentor. What's happening? I promise you, after that shoot, I was so heartbroken. I was so dejected. I went in hard again. I hit hard. And then I was like, I'm not even going to go to his funeral because I was dreading that moment where you're like, it's true. You know, when you feel like, I don't want to go there, TK. I don't want to see this. I don't want to believe it's true. So me hiding away from it, maybe someone will say it's a lie or whatever. It was a joke or something. And I didn't even go to his funeral, mainly because of that. And it hit me hard. It really hit me hard. That's when my life just fell apart. Fell apart to a point that I don't know. I didn't know whether I was coming or going, what was happening in my life. I was just living and breathing because I'm alive, by God's grace. I'd go drink, drive back home, don't know how I got home. Car, no scratches, nothing. Yeah. And I'm thinking, God, you're still with me, but how do I come out of this?
Yeah. And you're still in PE by then?
I'm still in PE.
Are you playing? Are you training?
I'm not playing. I played only first 3 games. First 3 games did well. Coach then got sacked. After that, the new coach that comes in, he's like, no, we need to play Daniel Akpe. I got dropped for a longer period.
Yeah. So a game in, you are not interested because you are not in the plans.
I don't care. At that moment,
your own problems.
At that moment, I didn't care about anything. Trust me.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was okay with the fact that I'm alive. That's it. I didn't care about where my life is going, my career, what's happening. And then came in Postnet Omoni, goalkeeper coach. Man, I love that guy. That guy, he came in, set me down. I remember my first session, Postnet Omoni, I was from the club. I was poop drunk. And then that guy was like, just stretch. Don't worry, stretch. I'm thinking, hey, okay, coach. He's like, no, don't train, just stretch. But don't go there, just stretch here near me. Do sit-ups. Just pretend as if you're training. This guy. Okay. After training, he's like, look, the reason why I said that is because you were too drunk. But I knew that had I chased you away, it was going to be an issue with the management. And now they were going to see you as a bad boy and whatnot. And you're not that kind of person. I know something is troubling you. You're going through a lot. Talk to me. Right now, I'm talking to you as a brother, not as a coach. Let's talk about this. You want us to do dinner? I'll come with my Heineken at your house, or you come to my house. Let's talk about it. From that day onward, that guy would click like this. We had a chat. It was like, I don't mind you drinking and whatnot. Do it, but come to training fresh. Have your time, your limitations, and talk about things. And I said, we'll talk. That guy, he was like, the Brighton that I saw, the one who went to Bafana, he's still there. But it's up to you how you take him out. How you pull him out of that darkness. It's only up to you. I can only help where I can, but help must come from within, of which he was right. So that moment, I was very suicidal in my life. Very suicidal, I won't lie to you. At night.